Hi, my name is Brent Meadows, and these are 5 questions to ask your customers to open up more opportunities with Expedient. Question 1 would be, what are you doing for your current IT infrastructure needs? Are you doing everything in-house, or are you relying on an external firm to help you with your IT operations? This really gives you the insight whether they're doing things all on their own, if they're outsourcing to different other clients, or if they're making the move into a cloud operating model. This will allow you to detect whether there's an opportunity there on the infrastructure side of things, and if they are looking to change what they're currently doing on a day-to-day basis. Second question, what are you doing for disaster recovery and backups? Are you able to create those recovery plans and prove that you're able to use those as needed? Because as organizations move to different operating models, they're unable to really keep consistency between them. So having a consistent governance across all those environments helps open up opportunities for you to explore for both the backup and disaster recovery side of things. Now, the second part of that question is if they are running in a cloud operating model and they've already moved off-prem, it's really digging into how they are managing and operationalizing those workloads. Are they able to give consistent governance? Can they prove that they're doing their disaster recovery? Can they prove that they're doing their backups as they should be? Because that's going to be a big question when they get to their cybersecurity insurance audits. If they can't answer those questions, then they're going to have to go back to the drawing board. And if they don't have those questions, that's an opportunity for you to help them get those answers so that they can move forward with their IT cybersecurity audits and get that insurance renewal for them. Question 3, what are you currently doing for your cloud workloads? Are you using software as a service? Are you using infrastructure as a service? And how are you managing those workloads? Now, if they've already got that, if they can prove everything there, then we can talk about how they can govern and operationalize those. When you're using many different cloud platforms, you'll have different interfaces that you're using with, different processes, procedures, how you do networking, backup, security, and replication. And some of the Expedient tools can actually act as an overlay across different disparate systems, so they can get a single pane of glass where they can see all of their workloads, what their performance levels are, how they're configured, and if they're being backed up and having disaster recovery as part of that. So that overlay, even if they've already figured out all of the infrastructure pieces, can really give you a way to go in and help them with their day-to-day IT operations. Question number 4, for those workloads that are running on cloud platforms, how are you performing IT operations on a day-to-day basis and providing governance for those workloads? Now, if they've already kind of got all of that covered up, then we can talk about things that are maybe not a good fit for cloud. One of those things being edge locations. So a lot of clients will have, such as manufacturing, many different sites where the workloads have to live on site with those day-to-day operations. So they don't want to take the chance of, let's say, an internet connection go down and that bring down their production lines. So one of the Expedient solutions is an edge computing platform where we can actually deploy compute into their environments, provide them that cloud operating model on in their own data center or their manufacturing sites. So that gives them the ability to consume IT operations as an OpEx and a managed platform without having to rely on internet connectivity to get to a cloud workload. All right, question number 5. On the security side of things, are you protecting things just at the perimeter with things like firewalls? Or are you using more advanced techniques like microsegmentation inside of your network to prevent bad actors from getting full access to your network in the event of an exposure? So we've kind of covered in our questions what they're doing for infrastructure, what they're doing for disaster recovery, backups, and operationalization. So then we could talk about different security measures. One of the big threats in the industry is the ransomware attacks. And what happens with a ransomware attack is it gets in through one single location. So a user clicks on the wrong link in their email, and then things start getting encrypted across the network. With some of the Expedient services, what we can do is actually create isolated networks with microsegmentation. What that allows us to do is create bubbles for each workload and create that zero trust network inside your environment instead of just protecting at the perimeter. Because today a lot of organizations are really just protecting at that perimeter, and if something does get through, then it has free reign kind of east-west inside the environment. With the microsegmentation tools, we could actually create those east-west rules so that they can't, as a bad actor, get east-west inside the environment. And while we're trying to prevent as an industry as much as we can on the security side of things, it's almost inevitable that something's eventually going to get through. And what this does is it helps contain the blast radius. So if something does get in, the effect that it has on the inside environment is lessened. So I appreciate your time today. Thank you. Again, Brent Meadows, VP with Advanced Solution Architecture with Expedient. If there are any further questions or you have anything that you want to discuss with us, please reach out.